Alright guys, welcome back to Lad's Garage. So you can see we're in the shop and we got the old Pinto in here. Got a couple weeks off from racing, so between doing family vacation stuff and other activities that we kind of got to get taken care of, the Pinto needs a little maintenance. And one of the maintenance things that I told Jason that I would do to it is swap out the starter. The old starter that's still currently on the car, well, it's a maybe starter. It may start, it may be not. So my original idea was, hey Jason, let's swap it out real quick. Well, one thing I didn't think about, this is a Ford engineered car, meaning that Henry Ford's team of geniuses engineered the thing. Something that on a Chevy, you know, an old 350 Chevy, or even my old Monza that I had with a 2.5 liter in it, or S10 or whatever, it's like a 10-15 minute job to change the starter. This thing, well, let me show you. The starter resides, get the camera out of the way. Here's the starter right here. Maybe a little harder to see with the shadow, but right there, the starter. But somebody put a rack and pinion right in the way, so it's going to be a little more of a challenge than what I'd like to admit to, but not too bad. So what we're going to do is undo the pins off the engine mount, take a jack the motor up, and hopefully get it up just enough where the starter clear. Can't remember if we need to take anything else loose. Hope not, because that's going to make the job even harder. I wouldn't mind just drop the rack and pinion down, but the way my luck goes, that'd be a bigger job than what it's worth. Now, something that I have had drilled in my head for a lot of years is to not jack up an engine by the oil pan. It's going up by the oil pan. This is the part where some of you diehards probably flip a cork by pulling the last bolt out. Engine is 100% supported with a jack right now. I just did that. I'm not going to say it is for sure, but I think the starter broke. Well, it took a little persuading, and we got it out. So probably a little hard to see in the video, but the main casing or motor, or however you want to put it, this side here is loose from this side here, which is what mounts up against the motor. Well, maybe a little easier to see right there. So I'm gonna say that's probably the issue, because I mean, when it starts just fine, but it started sounding like it was binding or getting weak. But what I discovered is bolts are loose, and typically you buy a starter from a parts store or something, you know, even if it's reman, these bolts are usually almost impossible to get loose easily, let alone vibrate loose. So I don't know, something ain't right here. But Jason's got a new starter. I just gotta go get it. We just got back from camping, so I ain't gonna get it today. Maybe next week we'll get it. And it shouldn't take me very long to put it back together, because it didn't take very long to get it apart. I say that, but they say every 15-minute job is one broken bolt away from being a 2-week long process. Well, a little slow to draw here. It has been like 2 weeks since the last clip. Pinto is gone. Not in my shop no more. Shortly after I made the last clip, Jason contacted me saying that dough run was going to start running to 4 cylinders every week. So, I told him I wasn't going to be able to, one, get the car ready. I planned on, over our 2-week off period at Farmington, working on the car, getting it ready, and I just wasn't going to have it ready for that week. So Jason brought me the starter. We put it on real quick. It was a newer starter for like a Ford Ranger, and it did not work. Something with the wiring. Jason had to change the wiring around, but long story short, Jason come and got the car. He's already raced it, done really well with it. I found it with one of the spark plug wires. It was on, but just wasn't that little bit further on where it's clicked all the way down on the spark plug. So I clicked it on. Jason had 4 cylinders to run on. Did really good. I mean, there's no telling what I could have done if I'd had all 4 cylinders out of Farmington with it. But hopefully we'll be strapping back in here this coming week. Over the past couple weeks, I've been doing some wheeling. And I can't really say wheeling and dealing, but long story short, I think Intimidator. I found a better home for Intimidator, I think. A better fitment for a young driver. The deal's not 100% finalized because Intimidator's not gone, but Intimidator's probably going to a new home. Don't worry, I'm not done racing. There's another project coming into place. With that said, I'm really starting to think about, I've had this suggested to me before, but I'm really starting to think about doing some lad dad type projects, working on bicycles or power wheels or, just typical things around the house that, you ought to teach your kids, how to change a tire or, simple things. No, it's not going to be a full-time gig, but we're going to probably start working on things like that. And then our big 5th-wheel camper, I call it big, but it's small compared to what I've seen at the campground this weekend. But it's in need of some repairs and some updates and blah, blah, blah. We're probably going to make some short videos on doing things with that also here and periodically. Really want to try to get this channel more active than what I've currently been with it. So throw out your ideas on dad hacks, I guess, or what you call it. Like I said, I'm going to start with the simple stuff, bicycles and, lubricating chains, putting chains on, changing tubes and, that type of stuff. And who knows where we're going to go from that. But y'all stay safe out there. Hopefully we'll be back later on this week with some racing footage. Not 100% sure what we got going on. Of course, you can always find us over on Lad's Trucking Diaries. I'm trying to get that channel line back out again because it's just been hectic here lately getting videos out. So y'all stay safe. God bless you. And be sure to come check us out. We'll probably be racing this weekend. Probably the next 2 Saturdays we'll be at Farmington Empire Speedway. Possibly dough run if all of my ducks line up. So y'all stay safe. God bless you. Hit that like, subscribe, and go check out the Lad's Trucking Diaries channel too.